Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm here at the park with a DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus. Now this quad isn't mine, this is a friend of mine's quad, and he actually gave it to me to do some repairs on it. One of the motors wasn't working and an ESC blew out. So after fixing it, I just figured I'd do I haven't done a review on a DJI yet, and I know that the DJI store still has the Phantom 2 available. It's definitely a low-cost option in the DJI line if you wanted to get started with the Phantom line. So it's a reasonable cost. I think the Phantom 2 base model without any gimbal right now is somewhere around like $340 or something. And then you can buy the version that has the Zenmuse gimbal and then put your own camera on board. So I know the new Phantom 3s and Phantom 4 are fully integrated, so you can't really put your own gimbal and camera. So this might be a good option for somebody who wants to, get into the Phantom zone for pretty cheap and put their own gimbal on board. But anyway, today's going to be kind of a little review of this guy, quick little flight test and review since I haven't done one yet. So let's get started. The controller has this little range extender on it to extend the video and transmit range for the controller. So what we're going to do today is basically just put it through all of its modes and see how they all work and just see how this thing flies. So let's get started. Okay, so controller on, range extender on, and what you want to do with the Phantom is you push in the power button for a second and then you hold it in till the lights go up, and now it will boot up. It'll go through its chimes, and I'm going to be using I think the Litchi app on my cell phone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record the cell phone so you guys can see that. So my friend's Phantom here, for some reason the video works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. There it goes. Okay, so now hopefully you guys can see that, but we do have video on the screen. And I'm not sure if I couldn't really fix that. I think it's just maybe like a little bit of a loose cable on his, but it looks like the screen is working this time. So it's showing here on the screen we have 98% battery power, and we have everything is fully charged, all the power. We have 90% on our booster of a charge, 9 satellites right now, and so it should be ready to go. So I'm going to start the video recording from the camera.
Recording started. And
we can hear that we have it sounds like the same voice from the Tower app. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Tower app. So anyway, let's go ahead and launch this thing. So to arm it, we're going to basically be pulling both sticks in to the middle.
1 feet altitude, 0 feet distance, 0 miles per hour, 98% battery.
So you can hear I have this thing to announce every 30 seconds, I think. So anyway, let's go ahead and launch. Just pushing up. Come down a bit to eye level. Right about there. So as far as the wind goes here, I've got about maybe 5 to 10 coming from directly that direction. So this will be a good indication of what's going on, how this thing handles the wind. So I'm already seeing on the screen here that for some reason the video kind of froze. Not sure what's up with that, so I'm gonna kind of try to go out of it and then go back in. So we're seeing some height variation. It looks like it's going up and down a couple of feet, and that's normal for like a barometer, no big deal. There we go. So we got our video back on here.
0 miles per hour, 98% battery.
I haven't touched it yet from this altitude, so you can see it varying kind of up and down. All right, so we're just hovering here. Let's do a little bit of a hovering test and a little walk around here. See how stable it is. Looks like it's doing pretty good for this 10 to 15, maybe 5 to 15 mile per hour winds. As expected, doing really good. Let's go ahead and do a punch test. Full throttle up in GPS mode is all the way to the top. Oh, pretty fast. Full stick down here.
30 feet altitude,
letting off the stick, and it's able to really keep its altitude pretty good when we let off the stick immediately. Let's go ahead and pin it fully forward. This is in GPS mode. Looks like it's a little slow to start, but then it does pick up speed. It's like it drops just a little bit. So that's full GPS speed, so that's pretty fast actually.
10 feet altitude, 24 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 73% battery.
It was just announcing 17 miles per hour, so it looks like he might be able to be going like around 20-ish in GPS mode. Letting off the sticks, and it's going to just lock itself in 3D space here. Let's go ahead and try some different modes. This one here should be altitude hold only. You can kind of see how it's drifting. So it's not locking in its horizontal space, point in space. Now you can see how much faster it is in altitude hold mode. Full stick forward now. And that's pretty darn fast. So quite a bit faster than the GPS.
27 feet altitude, 93 feet distance.
And then if we lock back into GPS,
8% battery.
we can see that it's trying to lock its three-dimensional point in space. Locks in pretty well. Let's bring it down a bit. Now this one also has a feature where you have headless mode. So what we can do is we can flip this switch down to the middle, and that should be headless according to the launch point. So I launched from over here, and if we pull back, you can see how it's coming back from its launch point. Forward is always forward, left is always left, right is always right. So we can see how that's doing pretty good. Let me get a little bit closer. So you can see that gimbal kind of rotate. So pulling it down here will make the camera point down, pushing it up, and it goes ahead and hits a maximum of a level altitude there. And it's pretty good at going kind of slow, you know. I can pull it very easy and slow, and it will do a tilt nice and slow. The cool thing about the Phantom is it actually does kind of a anticipated gimbal turn, so that when you are rotating it really quick, the gimbal actually anticipates the rotation, and so you don't get that choppy video. So hopefully you guys can see that in the video. Anyway, just gonna fly around a bit until the battery gets depleted. It's saying we do have a 50%. I'm gonna go ahead and fly over this other park real quick, and then test the return to home. So I'm just flying over this other park over there. It's the baseball field. Gonna go ahead and rotate the camera down. You can take a look at that baseball field.
98 feet altitude,
Come on back up.
186 feet distance.
I'm gonna kind of do like a little panoramic
7% battery.
while I'm over there. Just spin it around a little bit so you can see like a pano of the area. Let's go ahead and test the return to home. So this will, the failsafe on this, if the unit loses connection or you turn off the controller, it will turn to home. I have this set here all the way down on this toggle.
482 feet distance.
It will actually return to home.
44% battery.
So let's see if that works. So I just clicked it all the way down, and we're just gonna wait. It should rise up to about 100 feet altitude from its launch point, and it looks like it is going up, and it's coming back. So let's see where it lands. I'm not sure where it's gonna land, guys, so it might land on you, sorry.
67%
Not right now, it's automatic. All right, so it's coming down where we launched from, and man, I'm having bad luck with boxes, landing on boxes, so I'm hoping this thing doesn't land on this box. Looks like it's gonna land in a pretty good spot. So there we go. All right, cool. So no flip overs, it landed. We do have this wind coming in from this direction at about 10 miles per hour, 10 to 15 right now. And I didn't flip over anything, so that was good. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and relaunch. And I want to try a controller turn off test and see what it does. It should go into its failsafe. Go ahead and launch here. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to go over to the other side of this park here, right about there. And let it just kind of sit there for a second. Now I'm going to turn off the controller and cross my fingers and hope this thing comes home. So this is simulating a connection loss. So I just turned the controller off, and we can see it's gaining altitude. It should get up to 100 feet before it starts to head home. And all this stuff you can preset. The Litchi app is pretty good. It has all those settings you can do. You can do that in the DJI Vision app too, also, if you want to, and you can adjust a bunch of settings. But with the Litchi app, it lets you do a lot more stuff. So here it comes, coming back. The controller, keep in mind, it is completely off. I have no input. And it's indicating on the screen that it's going home on the screen. It's in going home mode. So it looks like it's coming down to land. So I'm going to turn the controller back on here. And I saw the green lights kick back on. It's still coming down, but now it looks like I have full control while it's descending. So that's cool. So it's still going to do its return to home, but I can control it. And I'm pushing up, but it's still going to go down until you click back out or return to home. So I went ahead and just clicked down and up, and now I have full control. Since I turned the controller back on and it was stuck in return to home, it seemed like I did have the control to move it around, but it would not go out of return to home unless I click this back and forth. So that's good to know. All right, so it's telling me warning in voice that the aircraft battery is 24%. Now this is not a new battery or a new craft, so I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but from when the video started, we'll be able to see how long this flight time was, and I'll go ahead and have that up on the screen for sure. So I'm just going to kind of fly around until it goes into like its fail-safe landing situation.
5 miles per hour, 21% battery.
So I'm just flying around in GPS mode at full pitch, just to use up the battery power. We're at 20%, 19% battery now.
Warning, aircraft battery at 19%. 23 feet altitude, 67 feet distance, 3 miles per hour.
Wow, okay, that was weird.
Battery.
I just kind of lost connection, and I think that's because it's going into return to home. So I think I do have this set to when the battery gets low, it does do a return to home action. Yeah, and the screen is saying go home on the screen. So it looked like right about 17-18% this one kicked in to return to home. And this one's kind of interesting. If you set the low battery return to home checkbox in the configuration in this, it will actually calculate the distance it is, and it will go ahead and automatically take over and return to home for what it thinks how much battery you have left to get home. It will just automatically take over and return to home, kind of like it did there. So it's coming down, and we've got 13% battery power left. 12% battery left. So that's a really good feature, and I can still control it. I'm pushing up and I'm delaying the descent, and I'm going back and forth and forward and back, and I can still move it around if I want to, if it's going to land kind of precariously. So I'm going to go ahead and let it land here on its own.
1 miles per hour, 10% battery.
All right, cool. And it shut off the props. So I really like that when it's in auto landing. Crafts are in auto landing and they land. I like how they shut off the props. Crafts like the X4 Pro and the Hubsan X4 Pro, and I just recently reviewed the X4 H501S, the little brother of the X4 Pro. Those ones didn't shut off the props unless you manually shut them off. So I like the feature where the props will shut off. If for some reason you couldn't shut them off, manually, I like that ability for them to auto shut off, just for safety precautions. And also, you don't want them to keep spinning and for some reason something happened to you and they keep spinning and they'll ruin your battery. So that's a good feature for sure. So anyway, let's go ahead and stop the recording on the camera. And it's kind of neat. I mean, this thing, in the Litchi app, it's telling you everything. It's talking to you. It's telling you whatever you want it to tell you. You can set all that stuff up. So that's a really cool feature to have. So pretty impressed. I mean, I wouldn't have thought anything less from a Phantom as far as its capabilities. It did a really good job, very stable. I'll have as you can see in the video that I had up on the screen, you can see how stable that video is. This is the Phantom 2 Vision Plus gimbal and camera. So that'll give you an idea of how the video was on this guy. If you're thinking about getting something that's a little bit higher end, Phantom is definitely a good option, especially this lower end version. If you're just starting to get into it and you don't want to spend a bunch of money, you can plug it into your computer and you can download the Phantom application onto your PC, or Apple I think also has it. And you can do troubleshooting, you can do configuration, you can have a more advanced configuration or a dumbed down configuration if you wanted to. So definitely a good option. Now this is 2 generations behind, obviously. There was a Phantom 3 line and now a Phantom 4 line that's coming out. I also have a Phantom 3 that I'm testing, so keep an eye out for that video. And I also just ordered a Phantom 4, so I'm gonna have a lot more stuff going on with the Phantoms now, so that'll be great. That Phantom 3 video that's coming is actually I kind of configured it for a remote drop system for somebody that likes to fish with their Phantom. And so you'll see that in action in the next video coming up about Phantoms with the Phantom 3. I'll show you how to use that drop mechanism. It's going to be pretty cool. But anyway guys, this is all about the Phantom 2 Vision today. Just testing it out. And it seems like a pretty good buy here for low cost. And DJI still does have it on their website. I'll go ahead and have the link down there in the description of where you can get this guy. Got a lot of advanced features. This one also does waypoint flight. I didn't go into that in this video, but just like the other Phantoms where you can, on your tablet, you can go into kind of a map screen and then you can go ahead and draw it and tell it where you want to go on the application. And then you can execute it. So this has all those advanced features, just not the follow me mode. And the cool thing about this one again was you can put your own gimbal and camera on this. The Phantom 3s and 4s, they're all highly integrated, so you can't do that anymore. So this is like the last option on the Phantom where you can do that and put your own gimbal in camera. So, you know, if you wanted to go that route, it still has that NASA flight controller, so you can plug in your 2 channels, I think, on this one, so you can have, you know, control of your pitch and your yaw, or another switch like for a drop mechanism or whatever you wanted to have. And the Phantom 2 is the only one that has that left on the flight controller. Anyway, I hope this review was informative for you, and anyway, do a lot of videos like this, a lot of reviews, so check out the channel. I think you'll like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.